Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is finally time. It is here. We're back with a new video. Heaven's Secret 2, Season 3, Episode 9, the season and the story's finale. I'm so excited for this one. I don't even know what to say. I just want to know what's going on. There's no point in running away, only forward, but what will come of it? Will anyone survive in a world that is falling into the abyss? I would say if I have enough strength points, then yes. What if my entire existence came down to just one motion, trying to get back up? And I did it so diligently that I failed to recognize my own demise. This is a way to say, girl, you are too stupid for your own good. Wow. Episode 9, welcome to a scary new world. Warning, this episode contains scenes of violence, murder, and suicide. Great. Okay. The time has come. I realized it from the way the sun shone, as though echoing the love and joyful hearts even in troubled times. But a moment later, a dark haze covered the sky and devoured the sunlight. Damn! The darkness, whispering a warning, took away the last of the warmth. Only the cold arms of death awaited me. That's a nice way of introducing your own demise. Damn. In a certain sense, we're falling into a black hole and we're like trying to fly away from the black hole. But the black hole is just way too powerful for us. It's overpowering us, or force of will, and it's sucking us inside itself without us being capable to do anything. That's a nice way to say, girl, no matter how hard you try, no matter how hard you're willing to fight for what you think belongs to you, you won't be capable to succeed. Well, what are the options? I wasn't ready for it. I was going to fight back. I was ready for it. I was burning inside and I wasn't afraid of death. Damn. I was going to fight back. Like at this point, come at me, bitch. Get ready. Get ready for the war, you're not going to survive. Haha, this is hilarious. His tone scared me and I obediently ran behind the screen to get dressed. He already saw you naked. What? Y'all, are we actually still wearing that thing on our head? Get rid of that! Why are we still wearing that? Oh my god, okay. I think that's too much. I'm gonna go with this one. It looks nice. Get that thing off your head. You want someone to pull on it? Okay. Oh, that looks cute. No. At this point, I think I like this one the most. I thought for a moment. A serious battle lay ahead, and I had more strength than before. I winced, realizing that I'd hurt if I decided to do it. Oh god. The wings! The wings! I touched the base of my wings. This is necessary. We said we're willing to kill. Oh my god. My god. Look at all those gems. All those gems wasted. All of those gems thrown in the gutter. Strength. Little bitches. You know, this is also so hilarious. Like, this is something that I just need to point out. If you don't pick diamond choices, even though you have the diamonds to pay for it, they immediately make you feel bad, you know? Like the responses to when you pick the non-gem options are literally so extreme. They're like, of course I knew I couldn't count on you. In a certain sense, them trying to be bratty, little, narcissistic bitches. They're just saying, oh great, I knew I couldn't count on you. It's your money being spent here, and I would expect from you to actually be willing to spend the gems on us. Bitch. Suppressing a groan, I tore off my wings again. In their place, a newer, stronger pair grew. I came out from behind the screen. Malbonte stared at my wings. He was silent for a little while, then quietly said, well done. Not Malbonte saying, well done that you ripped your wings out. Sir, can I rip your wings out of your back, sir? Are you gonna grow new ones too? Malbonte is pleased with your decision, of course, because I played the... Y'all, I did just say the comment about this. If you take gem options, they like make you feel all special. Oh my gosh, we're so proud of you. Well done, girl. You're a queen. You're iconic. Yes, you go, girl. And when you pick the non-gem options, they make you feel like you're the worst person in history. They like make you feel bad for not having had the gems, you know? This is so funny to me. We left the room. I cannot. I literally just spent over 150 gems. By the time we arrived, everyone was assembled. Mom and Aragon were leaning over the table studying the map of the area.
We would have understood if you joined us later. You didn't even get to enjoy your first day of marriage.
Happens. Don't worry. What do you know?
Nothing good.
I would have thought about that, fancy yo. Oh, nice outfit.
Mother of Life has left Snow Valley. Since she hasn't started her destruction, we think the mother wants to start with us. We must try to get away from the academy so that the students won't get hurt. We won't have time to evacuate everyone. Malbonte, you have spent a lot of time with the horsemen. Maybe they talked about her weaknesses, strategies, how exactly she would destroy the world. We need to know everything.
Malbonte touched the edge of the map, looking at the route of attack and retreat.
The only thing I learned is that worlds aren't that easy to destroy. If she's moving toward us, it means that she wants to do it before our eyes. It will probably take some time. That's the only thing we can rely on. If she wanted and was able to burn our world to the ground in an instant, she would have already done it. We also have Plague's sword.
But only Kira can wave it, sir. What good is that sword if you can't use it?
Maybe this will help us somehow. I will Plague sword which only a child can lift help.
You know, this is why I love Lucifer. This is why I love Lucifer. He does not shut up. You know, like this is one of the things that I respect the most about people. Be straightforward. One thing that I love the most about people is when they literally just ounce their opinion. Lucifer just repeated what I said. How is Plague's sword supposed to help us if only Kira can wave it? Aragon nodded thoughtfully.
So what's the plan?
Mammon impatiently slammed the table.
Attack her, chop her into pieces, don't let her wake up.
She's already awake.
What makes you think you can get to her? It's stupid to think that killing her would be so easy. Who said she even can be killed?
Because she was capable to be locked up. But in a certain sense, I understand what Malbonte is trying to say. He's like, who says that she can even be killed? Because back in the day, Sephamalum and Sepha locked the Mother of Life up. She had already created the horsemen, and when Sepha and Sephamalum locked the Mother of Life up, her children, or the cycles, however you want to look at it, they were trapped with her in that damn book. And that's what this entire story was all about. Sacrifices that are capable to bring them all back to life. T2 was the first one to break the seal of the Book of Life. And that's when Plague came to life. And that was something back in the day that I didn't understand. When Malbonte held the book and he opened one seal, suddenly war appeared. And I was like, how is it possible that this guy is here now? Because a seal was opened. Like, they were trapped alongside the Mother of Life in that book. And the sacrifices of the half-breeds were capable to bring her back. Not just the Mother of Life, but also them, the horsemen. So, maybe the fact that Sepha and Sephamalum put her in the Book of Life was because she can't be killed. They're like, if we can't kill her, we need to find a way to immobilize her. She can't be here on Earth around us. We need to find a way to make her not interfere with us anymore. So that's why they put it in that book. Malbonte pushed a figure in that represented the Mother of Life located in the territory of the Snow Valley.
Creatures cannot kill their gods. Ooh. Not even the horsemen can do this. But we don't know how fragile her body is.
She is not fragile anymore after she has all of those people that help break the seal as her anchor.
Destroying it will be enough.
How?
We'll use all our powers. We'll keep fighting until something works.
And you use your entire energy on that, and when you're all weak and defenseless, the mother of life says goodbye, bitches. No. We began to discuss the plan. We brainstormed and tried to calculate every detail. Eventually, we decided to rely on brute force, of course. Oh god, of course. Let your emotions take the way. Of course, the plan was thought out to the smallest detail. You can't plan that because you can't really anticipate a god's steps. So you can't calculate everything to the smallest detail. We trusted in our rage and desire to live. Never ever trust your rage. That's why when I'm at my wits' ends with my family members or my friends, I prefer to remain silent, because when you're enraged and don't know what to do anymore, you could say something that you regret. So, if you feel that rage is that powerful inside of you, that it's about to literally eat you, it's better to be silent. So, we don't trust in our rage. So I would have to say we decided to rely on brute force. No matter what happened next, we wouldn't give up. We spent several hours bent over the table. Arguments broke out, which gave me a headache. The longer we refined the plan, the more obvious our shortcomings became. I moved aside and sat down on the steps. Malbonte kept me company. He sat down one step higher, right behind me. I could feel him towering over me. I closed my eyes and leaned back against his knees. He put his hand on my shoulder, then slowly wrapped it around my neck and gently guided me to lean my head back. I looked at him, immediately falling into the trap of his black eyes. I can't, he's just so fine. He's just so fine. Malbonte leaned over and whispered into my lips.
You can count on me.
I better be capable to count on you, you bitch. After everything I've been through, after all the heartache and the doubt that you stirred inside of me, not telling me about your plan, you better let me know that I can count on you. And then he kissed me. He parted his lips, burning me with the warmth of his breath. My heart pounded in my chest, echoing in my ears. Would the day come when his proximity no longer excited me this much? Nope, not if you're truly in love. I did the analysis in the last episode. Every time felt like the first time. Malbonte pulled away and I immediately felt cold. Is Malbonte all powerful?
For your sake, I will become so if necessary.
Sir, don't be doing all of this. He grabbed my shoulders and pulled me closer to him. I was sitting between his legs. I rested my head on one of his thighs and closed my eyes again. Do you think I can handle it without your strength?
We've both become stronger. Don't doubt yourself.
Oh, I love this. This is such a cute moment. Finally. Like, of course, he isn't all that a cutie pie like Dino, for example. I mean, I would assume that Dino is like this. But he's showing with his words that he cares, even though if he's not like saying, "Aw, nice one," etc. Like, it's his words that show how much he cares in my eyes. That's so cute. Ever since I became immortal, everyone has been saying that I have no powers. Then I took part of yours and they told me that I was a weasel. It's hard to come to terms with the idea that I possess something of my own, not something stolen. That I have something to contribute. Oh.
Is that what bothers you? Not death. Not the end of the world, but the issue of whether you can be useful.
That's like the worst view of yourself, girl. That's a very bad view you have of yourself. You're like, I'm not worried that someone won't love me. I'm not worried that I will die alone. I'm worried that no one will think that I'm useful to them. I'm worried people won't think that they can use me to their advantage. I'm just too useless. She literally has no backbone. She's worthless, she says. I turned to him and put my arms on his legs, palms pressed against his hips. I don't want to believe that anything can happen to you. I don't want to worry about us, otherwise I'll go crazy. Malbonte grinned. Why is he grinning? I hate this. I hate this.
I'm the last person you should worry about.
What are you on? Are you on steroids? You said it yourself, you can't beat this bitch. And now he's like, I'm the last person you should be worried about, baby. Are you kidding me? I hate I hate it. I hate the love I have for this man. I frown on offense. Me, like, to be quite honest, in a certain sense, they did make our character feel like a pick-me girl. But I think in general, that's like the thing with main characters. Like, the story revolves around them. And sooner or later, when we like meet characters that we just... It doesn't really need to have like a reason, but there are many characters that can come into a story and you will like them more than the main character. So when you miss those side characters, you start to hate on the main character because you're like, yeah, if she wouldn't be here or if he wouldn't be here, maybe they would show a little more of that favorite character of mine. So here in particular circumstance, everything revolves around her. And I happen to come to terms with the fact that I don't like this MC. I don't like her at all. Like, sometimes she does some nice things, but right now I just feel like I'm guiding someone else. Like, the person in this story that I feel like is most likely like me, I would have to say either Malbonte or Mimi. Like, I would have to say I have a very strong opinion. I'm very confident, I'm outgoing, and I don't accept any slander. Like, I'm very headstrong, I'm impulsive. And I have such a strong opinion that sensitive people or like more introverted people would think that I'm too much. I don't want to say I'm too much, but like it can come to them as me being pushy, you know? So I would have to say I'm either Malbonte or Mimi. Like, I prefer them over or character because she does sometimes stuff where I'm like, really, girl? Really? Not to me. You're not. Malbonte stroked my hair thoughtfully, then nodded.
Thank you for worrying about me.
You care about each other. Bitch, we literally got married. Thank you for saying we care about each other. I stood up and brought my face closer to Malbonte. He froze, not understanding what I wanted to do. And then I hugged him. Oh, cute. As tightly as I could. He didn't move for a while, but soon I felt his arms wrap around my waist, pressing me even closer. You know, this is kind of sad actually, now that I think about it. He was never hugged before, y'all. He was never hugged before. He was never hugged before, y'all. This man doesn't know what a hug is. He immediately assumed people were gonna attack him, so when we, like, got closer to him, we didn't, like, get closer to his lips, so he was like, what is she doing now? And we just hug him, and literally the description already was saying it. We wrapped our arms around him and hugged him as tightly as we could, and he was immobilized for a few minutes. He didn't know what to do with that. What is a hug? He was never hugged before, y'all. He's breaking my heart. Oh, look at this. He smelled of dark power. What does dark power smell like? What? As if energy had become his cologne, and his skin emanated a unique aroma that made my head spin. I inhaled it until Malbonte's mocking voice sounded in my ear like we're a dog now. Are you smelling me? I am not sorry. I pulled back, almost pushing him away, and nearly fell down the steps. Damn! That's gonna make him laugh even more. But Malbonte caught me, grabbing my hand with lightning speed. Me!
If that's what you like, I don't mind.
I cannot! I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I cannot! He's like, if you like smelling me, you can smell me. Please, continue. Not at all. Oh, you little bitch. I'm so sorry. Just admitted you're married, for fuck's sake.
Hey, lovebirds, care to join us?
No, sorry. We turned around. Everyone present was looking at us. Well, we all know how to make an entrance. We all know Malbonte is the fucking queen bee here. This man slaughtering people, he don't care. He knows how to be the main character. Some thoughtfully continued pondering the plan, while others had a smile on their face. I just love our friends so much. For a moment, I felt embarrassed for my happiness. It was so obvious and untimely, and for many, so strange. And yet, I'd never give it up. Let's go. Malbonte helped me up. I was so embarrassed that I avoided looking at him, but eventually he managed to catch my gaze. Oh, I love this. I didn't regret anything.
Simona, wait.
Kira found me just as we finished the meeting and I stepped out onto the hallway. She ran up to me, brushed her curls from her forehead and said excitedly,
I want to do it too.
You want to do what? Dad, what do you want to do?
Fight with you.
Girl, you're a little child. But let's see. Malbonte had to fight, and if we could, we would keep Kira out of it. But this is war, and I think even though, me personally, it's like a horrible decision. Like, we as older people doesn't necessarily mean that we have to be 50, okay? Just us having like someone in front of us that's like 8 years younger than us, 10 years older, we have the feeling that we need to protect them. At least that's like that for me. We have like this protective impulse inside of us. But if in this particular circumstance, the world is ending and Kira in a certain sense helped to bring the world to its end, if she wants to help now in the war, who are we to say that she can't? I mean, like I said, it's a difficult decision, and I wouldn't know if I would let her fight. In general, like, I'm talking about a little child. But if she wants, if she feels the need to do this, then who am I to say she can't?
I'm a half-breed. I open the seal and can lift Plague's sword.
That though, like, she's listing all the things that I just said. Like, she can. If she wants, and she has the power to, we saw it, then she should have the right to fight for what she wants. This is her land. It will be also her life ending if the Mother of Life is capable to destroy the world. If she wants to contribute to the fact that maybe the world will not end, then we should give her the chance.
I don't want to be afraid.
I love her. I crouched down in front of her, placed my hands on her waist, and looked into her eyes. There is no need to be afraid, but why come with us? It wouldn't make sense.
I can handle it. I can.
What should I do with her? Cheer her up, give her a task to be responsible for. Cheer her up. Say she's just a child. No. You're so brave. You amaze me. For instance, I'm very afraid to go there and I would gladly trade places with you.
You're still a coward after all.
I nodded. You're not afraid since you dare to ask for such a thing. That means you really can do anything.
That's right.
But you know what?
What?
Only those who intend to conquer fear will walk onto the battlefield. Better to stay here and help the others calm down, alright? Kira shrugged her shoulders and pouted, but then having decided for herself, she nodded in satisfaction.
You're right. Eliza is very scared. And Tito too, but he pretends not to be.
Great. Now go.
Okay.
Kira dashed away hastily. Thanks to you, Kira feels fearless. Oh, cute. Time passed and the red sun hid behind the horizon. The Mother of Life never came. This woman is like, I'm waiting to make you all feel fear. She's waiting until the moment where everyone is like backed in the corner with fear because they're literally waiting for that bitch to show herself so that they can end her, and they never know when it will be, and they always want to be prepared because that would like maximize in their eyes the chances of success. So they start to crumble under the pressure of trying to keep a straight face because everyone is scared and like they are trembling. They're like, oh no, as in they're waiting for her to show up, and the wait is making them crouch down in fear. Like, this woman is merciless. Need I say that the following night was full of anxiety and feverish anticipation? What did I just say? Every little noise outside the window made me ran up to pull back the curtain. What did I say? I peered into the darkness with horror, looking for the Mother of Life's silhouette in the distance. When I had no strength left, I fell asleep and woke up to the sound of an alarm. Without even changing my clothes to save time, I opened the window and jumped out, spreading my wings. Oh my god, look at this. The ground trembled from the stomping of the running immortals. Ever since the Mother of Life announced Judgment Day, Aragon and Lucifer had been preparing soldiers for the battle. They had finally arrived the other day.
The Mother of Life stopped yesterday, but then she resumed her movement in the middle of the night. She was in no hurry.
Of course, like the goddess she is.
Riding towards her to steer the battle away from the academy.
We won't make it far.
It will be far enough. Let's go.
Everything felt hazy. Barely aware of what was happening, I soared into the sky with everyone. We flew as fast as we could, cutting through the air with our wings like loose arrows. We rushed towards destruction. My heart was pounding loudly in my chest. It seemed as if it was about to burst from fear and impatience. The feeling of uncertainty was depressing. What awaited us? What the hell were we expecting? To defeat the universe itself? Was that even possible? The sky thundered and the silence rang in my ears. There was no music, but thin angelic voices seemed to be accompanying us on our last journey. Malbonte was discussing something with Aragon, and he silently listened and nodded. Malbonte's composure and determination gave me confidence. He wouldn't let us die. I believed in him more than I believed in the gods. He was my guiding star that I wanted to follow from then on. Lucifer suddenly shouted,
"Ahead."
Aragon caught up with him to look, turned to the others and said,
"We're descending."
Clearing appeared through the clouds, an ideal place for a battlefield. And a little further piercing the sky with an electric surge, the Mother of Life rushed towards us. The way nature resisted her presence and at the same time submitted to it was fascinating. Space couldn't withstand her power, ripping apart like threads of weathered fabric. And the horsemen were flying next to her. Poor war. They didn't lag behind and seemed to pay no mind to her all-consuming aura. Taking a ragged breath, I pressed my wings to my shoulder blades and began to descend. I took a few hasty steps when my feet touched the ground and stopped, looking at the sky in fascination.
She's coming.
Thousands of soldiers landed and took their positions. Everyone was in sync and moved quickly. I felt the scale of what was about to happen through my entire body. It was unlike anything in the battle with Malbonte. Warriors flocked from all over the immortal world, ready to lay down their lives for the sake of others. Everyone who was dear to me also gathered there. I tried not to look at them, afraid that as soon as I meet their gaze, their death would flash before my eyes. I didn't want that, none of it. Why is there still no place for absolute happiness even after death? Why must there always be trials? Because people are bitches, and that doesn't change in death.
Get ready.
His cry was imperious, demanding, nearly breaking into hysteria. Damn! Everyone froze. The figure of the mother eclipsed the already dim sun. She hovered above us and then slowly descended. The earth shook. The wind howled. I took a step back, but then moved back into place. It's too late to retreat. What's her next step? So this is how we're going down. That's a nice one. That's a nice one. I'm gonna remember that one. So that's how we're going down, huh? How long can we fight back? I'm sorry, I have to go with this one. So this is how we're going down. The Mother of Life slowly looked at us, but we didn't dare to move. Her hair fluttered, defying gravity. Her eyes, which had seen the origin of all things and were destined to see the end of all things, looked on with arrogant superiority. She didn't see our value. She saw only creatures infected with weakness doomed to meet their end.
Judgment Day has come, but you're not ready to give up.
There was no disappointment in her voice. However, that wasn't the only thing missing from her voice. It also sounded flat and lifeless. Death looked at us indifferently, without hatred, but also without warmth. He didn't grin. He was ready to nail down the lid of her coffin. Damn! Can we defeat him? Not to mention the mother. Hunger also didn't show the slightest hint of mockery. If he draws a sword and turns it against us, his power will become much more difficult to contain. War clutched the hilt of his sword that was thrust into the ground. He looked like he couldn't wait to use it on our heads if we decided to get closer to the mother. Arrogant took a step forward, kneeled, and bowed his head.
Mother, could this really be the end? Can we hope for your mercy?
That was his last attempt. For the sake of peace, for the sake of the life of others, he was ready to beg, but the mother was adamant, as always.
Mercy, that's a gift for the weak, and I'm not going to give anything to the weak.
The echo of her voice made our ears ring. Her scream pierced right through us. The vibration from her every movement, sigh, and word were so powerful. They made us cower and involuntarily shudder.
Judgment Day has come. Accept it.
I accept nothing, bitch. Arrogant stood up.
Well?
He's like, oh, well then. In position, bitches. He spread his wings threateningly.
We won't give up so easily.
And it seems like that's exactly what she wants. Death drew his sword and stood in front of the mother with a merciless grin. Arrogant backed away, took a fighting stance, and without taking his eyes off the horseman gave us a sign. Like dominoes, the soldiers spread their wings one by one and held their hands at the ready. It's time. I turned around and ran back, making my way through the soldiers. A voice rang out in my head.
Don't die.
Sir, I'm trying not to die! I turned around. Malbonte wasn't looking at me. I only saw his commanding profile. I answered him in my mind. And don't you dare die either. I spread my wings and flew toward the cliff. There, I'd be easier to watch over everyone and shield them from enemy forces. Technically, that's the only thing that this woman is supposed to do. Because of poor hunger, the cliff provided a view of the entire field. I clenched my hands into fists and spread my legs for a better stability. I closed my eyes and took a deep breath. It was about to begin. The mother of life slowly spread her arms and raised them above her head. It looked like a meditation pose. All sounds disappeared, evaporated. The soldiers froze as if spellbound, watching the movements of the goddess, and then she snapped her fingers. A deadly wind moved like a column towards the immortals, sweeping them off their feet. I fell to the ground, grabbing hold on the edge of the cliff. When my fingers almost gave up and unclenched, the wind disappeared as quickly as it had appeared. Somehow managing to get up, I looked out at the battlefield again. The mother of life was hovering in the air. Her body began to grow to gigantic proportions, and a protective field formed around her. Her eyes were closed. This is what we were talking about. She's out for destruction. Nothing had happened yet. It seemed that the air only became hotter and the clouds began to seethe as if boiling. Thread by thread, the mother unraveled what she had woven, preparing to destroy the spindle along with it. She's monstrous. To be quite honest, she's monstrous. Destroying the world slowly, gradually, right before her eyes. I shook my head. I needed to concentrate. Path of Temper! Yes! You have unlocked one of the end. I'm scared! I'm scared! Oh my god! Okay. What is even happening? Violent, wild screams were heard in the distance. No, that was just me. That was just one person. Chaotically, like a roll call gone very. It was the Supandras approaching. Malbonte looked to the sky, his eyes covered with a veil of darkness. He called on them, bye! His dark side, feeding on the power of Sephamalum, tamed those creatures. When Malbonte first suggested using them, a heavy silence had taken over the room. Everyone remembered the battle with him, and how cruel the Supandras were. But their strength, their fury, their ruthlessness could work in our favor. Malbonte was on our side, and we would use his power for good. Let's go. Oh my god. They're like, surprise, motherfucker. Bye. I love Malbonte. He is such an icon. He knows how to become the main character by just snapping his fingers, bitches. The Supandras quickly covered the sky. They circled around the Mother of Life, devoid of fear, guttural screams escaping from their throats. Unraveled, untamable to anyone or anything except Malbonte, they should have made excellent soldiers. That directed his power at them, intending to kill them with one movement of his hand, but I covered the sky with a dome protecting the creatures. Love this one. I love that. The way she was like, haha, surprise, bitch. Bet you thought you'd see the last of me. And then the birds rushed into battle. They quickly dove at the mother. Several of them attacked the Mother of Life, but could barely touch the dense matter that had formed around her before they fell dead to the ground.
Tell them not to approach the mother.
Malbonte nodded, continuing to gaze intently at the creatures of darkness with his dark-covered pupils. We hoped that would weaken the horsemen. Hunger drew his sword for the first time. His power became almost tangible. Space pulsated, distorting around him. I stretched out my hand, aiming at Hunger, and covered him with a stronger dome. He didn't resist. I love Hunger. Hunger is such a badass. Hunger is a king. He's like, oh, I have to be here. I have to fight for the Mother of Life. I could care less, bitch. You want to stop me? You can stop me. Well, I did my best. I love it. Oh my god, I love this. War maneuvered between the creatures, delighted to encounter them. Damn! But he's still fine, though.
What an interesting enemy.
Together with death, they were chopping the bodies of the Supandras, slicing off limbs and heads, and dividing torsos in half. They did it quickly in only a few movements before moving on to the next creature. At times, the Supandras still got to them, sinking their fangs into their shoulders and arms and tearing off pieces of flesh. But the horsemen regenerated faster than we thought. However, they were wasting energy. Everything was going well until the mother opened her eyes. They all fall down. The Supandras started to screech again. They soared into the air and began to spin in a disorderly whirlwind.
What's going on?
Malbonte! When even Malbonte doesn't know what to do, damn!
I don't know. They won't obey me.
Uh-oh. She can't control you, stupid bitches. We're stupid bitches. We're stupid bitches. Why are we stupid bitches? Because the fact that Malbonte can't even control Supandras, it's because he's so fucking powerful. Now, the Mother of Life is more powerful than Malbonte is. So, the Supandras will obey her now. So, more slaughter for us. Yoo-hoo! We love death. The Supandras rushed at our soldiers. See? They tore them apart fiercer and hungrier than before. The immortal screamed, running in all directions and trying to fight back. Sepha. No, suppress the pain of the soldiers. Maybe it could help. Why turn away? This is reality. This is the reality that happened. This is the reality that sadly was created. Accept reality, just as you sometimes have to accept that you're psychologically ill, psychologically unstable, but you have to accept and you have to know that you're capable to get through it. So just accept reality, damn it, suppress the pain of the soldiers. Maybe that will help them not to die. I couldn't take away their suffering, but I could make death easier. The Mother of Life had taken control of the Supandras, that because of her power. She not only mastered the language of darkness, but she was also its creator, and so the creatures obediently submitted to her. Dino was horrified by what was happening. Surely he remembered vividly how he was once torn to pieces by the Supandras. Right, everyone died. Everyone died in the normal ending. He tried to help a couple of times. He pulled one of the soldiers away and tried to heal him, but Addie wouldn't let him. He said something to Dino, shouting over the heart-rending screams of those dying. He probably asked him not to waste his power. Some of Beelzebub's soldiers were among the unfortunate, but his face remained impenetrable. as if it didn't concern him. Lucifer didn't hide his rage and shame for being unable to help, for not participating in the battle, but he and the other soldiers didn't move. They didn't rush into the thick of things, because their value was far too great, and they only had to play their role. Mimi didn't watch what was happening. Mammon was diligently whispering something to her in an attempt to distract her. Astaroth and Christopher didn't hide their horror, but they also didn't interfere. Malbonte watched with irritation as his soldiers turned on him. Yeah. That, Malbonte. Exactly that.
I miscalculated.
Yeah. I shuddered at Malbonte's unexpected voice. It seems that the Supandras are indeed powerful, since she decided to divert her attention from our destruction.
It is really so.
War loved manically! Y'all, we all know that War is a menace now. We know that he's a maniac. If you're not his lover, he's a maniac. He turns into one of the worst people ever. Kill him if you have the chance. Kill him! War loved maniacally, but his laughter was strained and far from joyful.
How well they are.
Soon some of our soldiers were killed. The Mother of Life closed her eyes again and the Supandras flew away, ignoring Malbonte's call. Death moved forward, stepping directly onto the bodies. This man is a menace, I'm sorry. I need to respect a powerful opponent. I need to respect him. Don't need to love him, but he's a menace. He's a savage, and you'll know how I feel about savages. Like, we need to appreciate and love savages.
That was a good try.
The spectacular fight of the Supandras on the side of the Immortals will go down in history. Oh, thank you. Nice one. I involuntarily took a step back and turned around. The entire clearing behind me on the other side of the cliff was charred and lifeless. I took energy from nature to use my power. At this rate, there'll soon be no place left to draw energy from. Nature won't have time to recover. Death raised his sword above his head. Damn. A deadly force, pulsating and all-consuming, crashed down upon us. I clenched my fists and tried to build the strongest possible wall around him. Behind me, I heard every living thing dying with a quiet hiss as they gave up their remaining energy.
Submit and accept death.
No, bitch. That's not how things go. That.
Never.
Oh, let's go. We all shouted, losing our voices. Never. The second wave of warriors arrived stronger and more savvy than the last. We could no longer stay away. The battle had just begun. Sweat was running down my forehead and my hands were shaking. Death had good reason to look at me now and then. He used his strength almost at full power, waiting for the moment when I'd run out of mine. Yeah, and then we'd be doomed. Get it together, Simona. They need you.
Hunger, it's your turn.
Hunger was in no hurry. He took a cigarette. What a savage. I love Hunger. Hunger is such a savage. He's like, oh, fine. You want me to go there and like take their energy? Fine. Let me just take a cigarette quick. I'm not moving too fast and not too slow. I'm just living my life. He took a cigarette out of the pack, placed it between his lips and lit it. After taking a few puffs, he exhaled the smoke. I love Hunger. Oh my god. I kind of see why people wanted me to do his route first before doing another one. Oh my god, Hunger. Hunger is hilarious. Hunger. This man is like, yeah. Whatever you say. Goodbye. I love Hunger.
Yes, I know.
He raised a sword and slashed the air with it as if trying to cut through his space. The lower the blade moved, the more Hunger's appearance changed. By the time its tip hit the ground, the horseman had changed beyond recognition. Oh my god! This is bad. A new army ready to fight stood in front of Hunger. He walked past it, examining each soldier. The space vibrated. What's going on? Hunger didn't stop. He moved and left a copy of himself after each step. He walked forward and created clones in his image. Then the horseman returned.
He's creating his own army.
Hunger, what a savage.
It will be a fair fight, this one.
Hunger tossed a cigarette butt. It flew forward and, as if repeating its trajectory, Hunger's clones rushed forward too. They didn't take away the strength of others, but were skilled in battle just like their creator. But I noticed that they had a limit. The horsemen didn't create extra clones, and the ones that died did not rise again. Hunger could only create a certain amount at once. But as soon as I rejoiced, Death struck with his sword, driving it into the ground. The earth shook and skeletons began to crawl out from the cracks. I mean, he is the one that kills people.
No. You have your army, we have ours.
This man!
Hold the line. Do not retreat.
We thought only about the horsemen, not suspecting that there would be additional forces on their side. I mean, that's just stupid. They be telling me that they had all those chit-chat in the discussion room, and everyone said that they thought about every single possible outcome, and now they be coming at me like this? What should I do? Lower your guard and take a break? What? I mean, at this point, I'm sorry. I'm gonna tell you why I took that one. We are the only ones capable to subdue Hunger's influence on immortals. If we go down and don't use our power anymore, they won. They need us. It was also said before, Death keeps on looking at us because he's waiting for the moment where we have no strength left. If we use it the entire time, we will be down, and so will everyone else, because Hunger is there. We can't subdue his power anymore. So we need to be capable to save the majority of people. Like I said, in war there will be losses. And in order for the world to survive, at least, they have to try. I was afraid that I wouldn't be able to withstand the tension and that my strength would burst like a soap bubble. And so I lowered my defense for a moment. The horsemen's power surged towards the others. In the blink of an eye, more than a dozen soldiers died. No. I slammed the dome shut again. What? Why strength? His death could have been avoided, but you regained some strength. You've got to be shitting me. My god. Meanwhile, war clashed with Malbonte. No! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. He also took a different hypostasis. Oh god, what does he look like? Oh right, I remember.
When you were with us, I always looked at you and dreamed of fighting you. You're strong, but you have so much hatred.
And it only gets amplified by you, War. Oh no, Malbonte. Me! My head was pounding from trying to protect everyone at once. I felt like less and less energy was coming in, and I had to borrow some from my own body. But I needed to protect him too.
Stop it.
Shut the fuck up! I'm going to protect you whether you like it or not! We just got married! We can't even enjoy our first day as a married couple. Shut the fuck up! No, why? I want to help.
Focus on the others.
Malbonte's eyes became black as coal.
You have no less hatred.
Damn.
Simona could have killed you, but she spared you.
That.
Are you really taking revenge because she revealed your weakness?
And I also had sex with him. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Is this gonna be something?
Nonsense. Uh-oh. Better fight me instead of talking. With pleasure.
Oh my god, oh god, oh god, oh god. But this is like something that I just needed to see. This is something I'm pretty sure that Malbonte is very happy to could use his time to fight war. Because there was like all this hatred inside of him, because war amplified it inside of him. And that made Malbonte even more mad, because he couldn't control his anger anymore. So now that he's confronted with war again, and the hatred is being brought out again, It will also increase Malbonte's hatred towards war. This is the war I need to see.
Attack.
Malbonte fired a black ball at him, but War cut it with his sword. The metal vibrated and groaned.
Not bad. Keep going. After you.
Malbonte. Such a savage.
My pleasure.
Uh-oh. War swiftly launched towards Malbonte, his movements barely noticeable even to immortal eyes. Malbonte spread his wings and soared into the air, dodging the blow.
More.
Not allowing him to rest or think, War kept attacking. Malbonte's movements were slowing down by the minute. Sweat dripped down his forehead. Uh-oh.
Do you feel it bubbling inside you? Your hatred.
Oh my god. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh god, oh god, oh god.
Can you hear its voice?
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh no! 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 Yo. Not Sephamalum getting in my baby's head again. Get your fucking ass away from my man! Not Sephamalum suddenly showing his ugly ass. Oh my god, I'm so mad. This literally... If Malbonte takes Sephamalum's darkness, he will be gone. Because there's only so much darkness a human soul can take. And like I said, even though I know that they're immortals, I'm talking about Malbonte's humanity. The more darkness you feel, the more it numbs down your human emotions. As in the pain will be more powerful, as in the darkness will be more powerful than Malbonte's human emotions. He will be numb once again if he accepts the darkness. Oh my god, I hate it, I hate it.
Take it, my boy. Take it.
That's me. He's like, no more from you, sugar daddy.
No.
Darkness trembled and pulsated all around Malbonte. He emitted it. He breathed it. There was more and more of it. He managed to outwit War once. As soon as the horseman got distracted, Malbonte grabbed his face with his hand and slammed the back of his head into the ground. Damn! Cracks appeared from the force of the blow. War dodged and hit Malbonte in the stomach, sending him flying into a rock. He slumped to the ground, exhausted.
It helps, but if there's too much of it, it becomes a hindrance.
War. I couldn't stand it and screamed, trying to reach him. The question mark. The question mark. He turned around. Oh my god. Y'all, I'm scared. What are you fighting for? She killed Plague. Do you want to return to your world?
Are you trying to dissuade me?
He literally got lost in the darkness. I did say that can happen. Malbonte tried to get up, but War slammed him into the rock again, pressing his foot into his chest.
Loyalty is worthy of respect, but if there is too much of it, it's ridiculous.
He literally is saying the exact same thing, just with different words. I love him. He is like, hatred helps, but if there's too much of it, it becomes a hindrance. He's like, loyalty is worthy of respect, but if there's too much of it, it's ridiculous. Malbonte is a fucking icon.
Do you think I'm ridiculous?
Right now, yes. War picked up Malbonte by the scruff of his neck like a kid. No! So sorry.
Look at her. There's a reason why she could lift your sword.
The horseman turned to me again.
You wanted her to kill you. The Mother of Life will get rid of you when she realizes that you're also flawed. She will get rid of you just like she got rid of Plague. Shut your mouth!
No, it's true, sir, but I love to see this. War smashed him into the cliff with such force that several boulders broke off from the top. No, my child! They would have fallen on their heads, but the horseman, without even looking at them, cut them into several pieces. Malbonte. You know why he's smiling? You know the pain? You know the saying, ladies and gentlemen? The truth hurts. Or, did I hit the nail on the head? We are War's weakness. Even if that's not like that anymore, when you're not on the romantic path with War, We were the first person that made him want to experience human emotions. So we are his weakness and we could kill him. So, since he knew, I'm talking about war, what was gonna come if the mother of life should be unleashed, he wanted us to kill him. And this is so sad. And Malbonte just grinning. It's just everything to me. And then he let go of Malbonte and rushed into the sky. Where is he going? With some effort, Malbonte straightened himself up. Then he turned his intense gaze to death. Oh my god, oh god, oh god. He took an uneven step, then another one, this time more stable. He had one more obstacle to deal with. Oh no, oh no. Everything swam before my eyes. I tried to take a step, but my head started spinning and I almost fell off the cliff. Oh god. I turned around. There was nothing alive left on the other side. My power greedily reaped the harvest, burning everything to the ground. The same thing was in front of me. There was no longer any short grass under the soldiers' feet. I consumed and destroyed it too. I need to move. The nature here is too sparse. I didn't use my energy properly. Maybe I didn't use my energy properly? I should have saved it for the end. Blood gushed from my mouth. I heard a grinding sound, some strange breathing and clacking. The sounds were strange. I listened to them, almost losing my sight. Skeletons. Thus sent a skeleton to finish me off. Great. I turned to him, helplessly stretching my hand forward. That was all I could do. The skeleton rushed at me. I closed my eyes. I heard Dino's voice.
Watch out.
He fought off the skeleton, but it got up again. Dino came to your rescue. A second and a third skeleton appeared. I saw Lucifer's shoes in front of me. My child.
It's too early to relax.
Lucifer. How much I love this man. Lucifer came to your rescue. Yes, I love it. Soon Death's whole army gathered on the cliff. Go away. Mimi! Mimi pushed one of them off the cliff. Mimi came to your rescue. Oh, I am so filled with emotion. There were so many skeletons that they didn't fit on the narrow ledge of fell. Was I going to fall too? I started to lose consciousness, but I was grateful for the help. Someone's hands grabbed me. Poor thing. My body felt weightless. The sound of explosions, the infernal screams of the skeletons, and then silence. I woke up on the battlefield, hidden behind a boulder. What happened? Mimi smiled despite her fear for me. Death sent an army of skeletons after you. I stretched my muscles. I feel much better, thank you. Mimi helped me up. I wanted to hug them and thank them. I was so scared, but they rescued me. They saved me. Yes, if it weren't for you. Drop it. I love these friends. I nodded, unable to contain my relieved smile. Go ahead, I'll cover you. Because of your friendships, you survived and were able to replenish your strength. Oh, too. Staggering, barely able to stand, I stepped on the battlefield. Skeletons and Hunger's clones fought the immortals. The Mother of Life continued to loom over us. Without moving, without looking at what was happening below, she prepared the world for destruction. There was an almost palpable feeling of fear in the air. The pungent, persistent odor permeated our clothes, hair and skin. Even our sweat smelled like it. The horseman was increasingly revealing his power. I need to suppress it or we're doomed. They're counting on me. I closed my eyes, took a deep breath and squatted down. I touched the soil. I'm taking everything, absolutely everything. The earth dripped under my fingers. It moved and plunged. Sticky, soaked with blood, it gave everything it had. Surely nothing would ever grow in that place again. It was the price for my strength. But there were so many mortals that I barely had time to put up enough protection. A horde of skeletons poured towards Mammon. No! Not Mammon! Not Mammon! Get lost. Eliza tore off their heads, but the skeletons continued to attack. Their claws dug into her neck and face and pierced right through her body. No! Dino, Mimi, Lucifer, Astaroth, and the rest were also trapped by the army of the dead. Death summoned so many of them that the potential of his energy became terrifying. Each skeleton had to be controlled through a constant connection in order to be sustained. Path of strength! Yes, bitch! Show me what you got, bitches! Show me what you got, I'm prepared! I have Path of Strength! Death watched everything with a bloodthirsty, victorious grin. Nothing is victorious in my eyes, I have Path of Strength! Lucifer threw skeletons around like bowling pins. He said, goodbye, bitches! This is how I roll! He growled, full of rage. Oh my gosh, yes, king! But that wasn't enough. More skeletons continued to emerge from the ground. For every skeleton that went down, 3 more came back. They emitted darkness that destroyed everything it touched. Death scratched out his hand, directing it towards Lucifer. Skeletons followed him wherever he went. Like a conductor, Death directed the musicians to perform a requiem. But instead of musicians, there were the undead, and instead of requiem, there were dying screams. A crowd of skeletons rushed towards Lucifer. For a while, they could manage to knock him down, but the skeletons continued to emerge from the ground and immediately rushed towards him. Oh, Lucifer, he threw them off. He burned some of them. He turned some of them into dust, but a new party arrived. Meanwhile, Mimi brilliantly avoided any collisions with the skeletons. She tried to influence them, but influence and charm were useless against those who were already dead. Who did those skeletons belong to? Immortals? Or maybe they never existed in the world of the living. It was quite possible that Death created them as empty shells born only to kill others. Damn! Mimi dodged an attack from one of them, but they were everywhere. A new dozen skeletons jumped from the cliffs. They jumped from above, pinned her to the ground, and immediately dug their fangs and claws into her skin. No, Mimi! Mimi managed to dodge. Haha. But she crashed into another one, fell, hitting her head on a rock. The skeletons were approaching. I had trained enough to be able to manage. My tenacious gaze found the immortals in the crowd, and I surrounded them with a dense wall of protection. My hands were shaking, my mouth was filled with blood, but I spat it out without getting distracted. I have to protect them. My goodness, this woman, she's about to kill herself. I imagined a thread extending from the skeletons that connected them to the horsemen, a sort of channel through which he fed them, and then I cut it off. Huh? We said goodbye, bitch. No more skeletons for you. The skeletons collapsed, turning into a pile of bones. Every one of them fell. Immobilized and useless, they no longer posed a threat. Death roared in anger for the first time.
An unnatural force. You're the habering of your end.
Am I? I wanted to laugh. I did it. Haha. You saved many immortals, including your loved ones. Let's go, bitches. Let's go. Malbonte slowly but surely moved towards Death, who was guarding the Mother of Life, but he stopped and turned to me.
Well done.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
You can win. Accepted.
No. There was no smugness, threat, or aggression in his words. It was just a fact, a ruthless fact. Malbonte moved confidently towards Death, despite him continuously sending skeletons to attack him. Oh my gosh, where did he get that outfit from?
Even God has no right to kill. Just because you give life doesn't mean you can take it away whenever you please. Who can take it then? Time and fate.
Ooh-hoo! Malbonte removed his upper body armor, baring his torso. The tattoo in his back left by Sephamalum emitted a black light. Malbonte wants to take some of Sephamalum's power to defeat Death. No!
So that's the reason. And I was wondering why you were so willing to help us.
Death was distracted by Malbonte, and the Mother of Life was left without protection.
Simona, we can her protect the field.
Mom was fighting off countless skeletons. Can I do it? I flew closer to her. Oh my gosh, we get a picture! Hunger, languishing with boredom, drew his sword.
You won't succeed.
This man does not care.
If you touch her, you will die.
Then he lowered his sword. You helped me. Why are you fighting against us now? I don't understand you.
My brother doesn't understand what's going on inside him.
But you do? War was behind me. I turned around sharply. You also want to be on our side, don't you? War burst out laughing.
Why would I?
Let us try to stop the mother of life. Then you can live among us.
I repeat my question. Why?
Because that's what you want. I flew a little closer to the mother. War drew his sword.
Don't you dare. I wanna go. I'll take care of him.
Oh, I love Hunger. I love Hunger. Hunger is the batty man, ladies and gentlemen. He is the best one out of the horsemen. We have proof here. Huh?
What are you doing? I propose a bet. If I win, we will both join them.
Oh my god, I love Hunger. I love Hunger. Y'all, if you would know how red I am right now because of all the excitement I feel. War grinned. He wanted to refuse, but his inner sense of adventure didn't allow him to dismiss that idea so easily. Then finally he answered, spreading his arms contently.
It'll be a pleasure, brother.
Woo-hoo! As soon as I reached out my hand slightly, my palm burned from the pure energy. The light was spinning around the mother of life, pulsating, preparing to absorb all surrounding life. She was growing stronger by the minute. We're running out of time. Meanwhile, Mom and Arrogant hid in the shadows to take a break from the endless stream of skeletons.
I didn't know Death was capable of this.
Can you feel it?
His influence is weakened. Spent a lot of energy on this. That's enough rest. I need to help my daughter. I'll cover for you.
They came out of hiding. Lucifer didn't give up. He fought furiously in his non-human form, destroying his opponent one by one. Lucifer, a menace, dinosaur into the air, sending down blinding flashes of light. An entire company of skeletons fell by his hand. Azeroth's power was no less impressive, and if the skeletons hadn't replenished their ranks, he'd probably have destroyed them all. Mimi deftly avoided the skeletons' attacks and protected their backs. We just love to see it. Malbonte stretched his shoulders and back. He didn't need any preparation to kill before that moment, but death was the most powerful enemy, and there was no room for error.
I will give you due respect.
The horseman ascended to the ground. When his foot touched the ground, his appearance changed. A thin layer of something dark resembling burnt flesh covered his bones. Something crimson, either blood or magma, surrounded his figure in thick lines, flowing like a river over his body. It was a menacing, anathemic appearance. Death raised the tip of his weapon.
Oh my god. Accept death from me.
Oh my god. Death immediately rushed towards Malbonte, closing the distance between them in a split second. Malbonte managed to react in time. There is no way in hell my baby's dying. Another inch and the sword would have pierced his shoulder.
You're fast.
Death lowered his sword and began to walk forward, slowly dragging the tip of the blade along the ground.
The Mother of Life created many creatures. She was demanding and attentive. If the outcome didn't satisfy her, she would destroy it and start over. But she didn't create you all, and you've caused so many problems.
The horseman raised his weapon, preparing for another attack.
I'm incredibly bored wasting time on all of you. You're not even gods. The gods, and the immortals and the humans overestimate you.
Malbonte released a stream of darkness. It would have knocked the sword off the Death's hands, but the horseman dodged.
Hearing this from someone who is merely upon Sephamalum's hand is humiliating. He will die with you.
Death no longer intended to hold back. The fear that he was emanating became so strong that it was almost impossible to disperse it. Malbonte hesitated, struck by that influence, but managed to escape from the sword in time, pulling one of the skeletons in front of him. His tattoo was getting darker. The hair stuck to his forehead from sweat. Malbonte was feverish. The power he drew from Sephamalum's prison destroyed him. No! But he took more, gathering it and unleashing it, causing only minor damage. Death was torturing his body and driving him mad with terrifying images from his childhood. The only images that could frighten Malbonte. Fucking shit. I hate death with a passion. Malbonte shook his head, constantly squinting, trying to dispel the mirage. Oh my god. Enough. Oh no! I hate this. We hear it because of our connection to Malbonte. I hate this. Malbonte released such powerful streams of darkness that they completely destroyed everything in their way. The skeletons, as well as immortals fighting on our side, died from that furious force. Death took advantage of the moment when the black fog hadn't yet settled and jumped out right in front of Malbonte. The sword's tip almost touched his face, but he managed to dodge and release another ball of darkness in response. Ha. You're thinking of finishing me off with Sephamalum's power, but are you sure that I won't kill you before you can use it? Malbonte spat out blood. He was breathing heavily. He resented the energy of the god of darkness running through his veins. I'm sure. Meanwhile, what's the matter? I flew around the Mother of Life, not daring to do anything. I can't touch her. The Mother's energy seemed alive. There was so much power within her. Destructive power. A power you don't want to interact with. War and hunger fought high in the sky. Their battle was frighteningly quiet, except for War's occasional laughter. The heavens trembled and rumbled from their battle. What are they doing? There's too much to explain. What should I do? Use your powers. I've used up all the nature around for miles. There's nowhere left to draw enough energy to weaken the Mother. Take mine. Ah? What? Take mine. You want me to kill you? I don't know how. I'm not sure it will work. And it's dangerous. I don't think that. Mom touched my hand, stopping that flow of confused thoughts. If you can take energy from yourself and from nature, then why can't you take it from others? You might die. Are you afraid of it? I'm just warning you. Mom smiled. Then I'll take that risk. Shall we get started? Yes. Mom continued to hold on to me. We only swayed a little from the flapping of our wings. Everything around us lost its colors and then sounds died down. It seemed that the entire world has ceased to exist. I imagined getting under Mom's skin, moving through her veins, getting deeper and deeper. I tried to find the source of her power. First I reached her heart, but it was only an organ. I moved on. Somewhere under the solar plexus, I felt a heavy, dense ball. I touched it, and it scared me for a moment. It was like touching a neutron star. It was something unrestrained, fundamental, beyond anyone's control and influence. How do immortals manage to tame such power? Now I need to take just a little energy from there. But as soon as the power began pulsing from that place, it gushed with uncontrollable pressure. I felt more powerful, and I wanted more. That's when you become power crazy. I wanted to consume everything to the last drop. Laughter came to my throat, but I knew that if it escaped, it would sound like someone else's. The feeling of unlimited power went straight to my head. Mom didn't move. She didn't interfere. Only her gaze became clouded. What should I do? No, if it's starting to actually influence us personally, like it seems that this power is actually clouding us to that extent where we don't even know who we are anymore, like taking the power is actually changing us, and that's not good. So